This Pirush that I'm going to tell you should put to bed all of these people that keep saying stupid things about how there's no Gehenom or things like that. So the Gemara says the following. Amar Mar Ukva. Mar Ukva says, Shte banot tzoakot migehenom. This is referring to, what are these two daughters that the grave has? It says the grave has two daughters. What are these two daughters? Mar Ukva says, Shte banot, it's two daughters. What is it? One of them is Gan Eden. The other one is Gehenom. And he says, Gan Eden always says, have. Give me more. What? Give me more tzaddikim. Give me more tzaddikim, I don't have enough. Gehenom also says, have. Give me more. Give me more Reshaim. We have a lot of space. Gehenom is ever expanding. So Mar Ukva embellishes it on even more. He says, really, both of these voices are Gehenom. Because there's more people going to Gehenom than Gan Eden. And in this world they say, bring me. Bring me the minim, and bring me the authorities. Bring me the ones that make people sin, and bring me the ones that are in charge. The minim are people that cause other people to sin. People that, woman that walks around not modest, a guy that recruits people to go to idolatry, church, things like that. But it also says, give me the authorities. What's give me the authorities? Give me the people that are in charge of helping people do tshuva. Give me the rabbis. Why give me the rabbis? Because sometimes, Rabotai Karim, you're going to have a guy that calls himself a Rav, not just a rabbi, a Rav. Rav is higher than rabbi. But instead of teaching people that you have to do tshuva, what does he do? He tells people, by the way, if you smoke marijuana, you smoke weed, you smoke grass, if it helps you, it's good for you, it's okay, I used to do it too, I do it too, it's fine. Like this Dror Cassuto, Rasha. Yeah, it came out today, yesterday, whenever this shtuyot that he has. Every day is a new kapat avanot with this guy. Now he says, a few months ago he says, if your wife doesn't want to go to mikveh, it's okay, you can still be with her. If your wife doesn't want to be with you, go to a prostitute. If your wife doesn't want to keep Shabbat and she wants to go to the beach instead, you take her for the honor of Shlom Bayit. If there's Xmas, the Avodah Zarah holiday, why are you scared of Xmas? Why are you scared of this? There's a video of this. No, if this, he says, if you are scared of God, you're a fool. Only a fool is scared of God. Now he added to the collection. He has a collection of garbage that he feeds people. Now he says, some people smoke marijuana, smoke pot, and it's good for them. And he's not talking about because of medicinal reasons. If it's medicinal reasons, it's a different story. Why even mention issue? It's a medicine. It's the same thing as painkillers. It's the same thing as Advil. It's the same thing as antidepressants. It's the same thing as whatever, antibiotic. We're not talking about medicinal reasons. He says no, because they feel it. It's good for them. Makes them feel good. Makes them feel like it's like maybe eventually they'll get out of it, and it gets them. You tell them they'll get to a high level on their own without it. But if not, it's okay. Like he's like, no, I view it that way. Now, why am I even mentioning? Why 1.5 million things happened until now? I never mentioned his name. Why? Why now? This is mamash against the Chachamim. It's against the Torah. It proves that all of the other mistakes until now were not mistakes. It's intentional what he's doing. I thought when he said all the other shtuyot that he said the guy made a mistake, he misspoke. Even though the Mishnah in Avot says, Chachamim, you have to be careful with your words. Whatever, you make a mistake. I'm sure I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. There's no end to the mistakes I've made in my life. And I'm sure some of my Shurei Torah, maybe I made a mistake. Who knows? But I thought, oh, kaf schut. How much kaf schut? But now I see the guy is mamash going against halacha b'shita. Meaning, it's a strategy. Because this is halacha meforeshet. We had a whole shiur in New York about how you're not allowed to go to a Bet Knesset drunk the same way as you're not allowed to go to Bet Knesset after you smoke marijuana. If you're using it for medicine, it's not even a conversation. If it's really medicine. Not if your medicine is because you want to escape the world. But according to Rav Moshe Feinstein, someone that smokes marijuana in Judaism is considered a ben sorer umoreh. Why? Because he's intentionally making himself like a shoteh, someone that's pasul for mitzvot, doesn't have to do for mitzvot. He's anus for mitzvot. Why? You can't do any mitzvot when you're drunk. Same thing, you can't do mitzvot when you're high. If you're intentionally making yourself high, you're intentionally putting yourself as someone that cannot fulfill mitzvot, you are a ben sorer umoreh. And that's why the Chachamim till this day teach the same thing, even though it never officially happened. In the halacha is when there's a ben sorer umoreh, a wayward child that goes against his parents, doesn't want to listen to his parents in the old days, where he steals, he drinks, he gets high and all that stuff, they'd kill him, even though he was a child. Why? It said if he's already doing it now as a child, it's only a matter of time before he does it against God. Now he's against his parents, it's only a matter of time before it's against God. Might as well kill him now. Now, it never actually happened in practice. But the point is, Rabotai, our Torah is holy. Our Torah is not Torah that you could just, it's not putty. You change it because you don't like it, because you like to smoke pot. Then you tell people, oh yeah, I decided you could smoke pot. Who said? Who are you? Who are you to make a law? Who are you? Well, you're a posek? You're half a posek? You're even a bechlal arab? What are you? And this, Rabotai, is very sad to me, because he's very popular, this imbecile. And I have to call him these names simply because at this point I've concluded that everything that I thought inside is true. Everything that Rab Mizrahi, Shichyeh, said out loud already months ago is true. This guy is going against halacha b'shita. And you must refrain from listening to anything he says. This is what we call bathroom Torah. Just like you can listen to a reform or conservative or a missionary or a Christian, whatever their teachings are, you can listen to it in the bathroom. You can listen to it in the bathroom. Same thing with this guy. Why? He's constantly teaching people things against halacha. Now I'm going to tell you a secret. I never said this to people, but I can prove it. There's no problem. I've been after this for a long time already. I've been trying to stay quiet, fix, do. I don't want to have wars with people. I have enough problems in my life. I need to have wars with rabbis, especially somebody that people like. They like the guy. Whatever, they like his charisma, they like his, whatever he says, he sounds like a friendly guy. Long beard and everything. About almost a year ago, one of the first big things that hit my desk regarding him was when he said that a woman that does not want to go to the mikveh, your husband is still allowed to be with her. And he also said that you're allowed to go to a prostitute. And he said, worst of all, by the way, that if you want to sin, just put on some black clothes and you can sin. And he used commentary from the Gemara, used the Gemara to justify what he said. So, eye contact. He called it, I think it was sex in Judaism or something like that. It's all conversation about this stuff that he was saying. I contacted him. Yeah, it was also about homosexuals. I contacted him privately. And we had a conversation. I tried contacting him on the phone. It didn't work. He was busy. I was busy, whatever. Long story short, we had a conversation via WhatsApp. Baruch Hashem was siyata dishmaya that it happened this way. Because otherwise it wouldn't be recorded. So then we went back and forth. I told him, listen, you said tu. Here's a proof. And I gave him a line of proofs that everything he said is against the Torah. Not my opinion, chas v'shalom. I showed him, listen, this Gemara that you're mentioning, that somebody could learn, can go make a sin by just wearing black clothes. Look at the commentary. Look at the commentary he's saying in Masechet Ketubot on this specific Gemara. You look at the Abarbanel, you look at Tosfot, you look at Rashi, look what they say. They're saying, they're not telling you, chas v'shalom, that you can go make sins. They're not telling you, chas v'shalom, to go make sins. What they're telling you is that in those days it was so hard to get black clothes. Not like today where pretty much all of clothes is black. In those days it was so difficult to get clothes that were black, because it was very expensive, that by the time, if you really wanted to sin, by the time you got the black clothes, you already didn't want to sin anymore. It's not giving you permission to go sin. Why? Because then you could just throw out the whole Torah into the garbage. With such a mentality, oh, just wear black clothes and you can do whatever you want. I said, you missed it. And I showed him the same proof for other things. And we went back and forth and he agreed with what I said. And he said some other things. And he said something unusual. He said, he didn't mean it. No, really what he's trying to do is something else. Whatever, I judged him to kaf zchut, even though he said a few things that were a little unusual. He called himself humble, and he called himself righteous. Like he said, I'm humble, I'm righteous. He actually said this. I'm humble, I'm righteous. I don't know, somebody that's humble and righteous doesn't usually say, I'm humble, I'm righteous. But he said this. Whatever. We ended the conversation that way. I went on my life, he went on his life, Shem Yachem. He's continued making bigger problems every month since then. But I've been keeping it quiet for all this time. Maybe a month or two later, comes out Judaism and sex or something like that, number 2. What is it? What is it? It's his side of the conversation of what he had with me. Meaning he took the recordings, let's say there was 5 recordings on the WhatsApp. He took the 5 that he made after I proved him wrong and he agreed and everything he showed that. I mean, it's not a matter of agreement, it's a fact. I'm not telling you, oh, this is my opinion, maybe, no. This is what Rashi says, the Barbanel says, what the Gemara says, you just doesn't understand it. He's agreeing. But now he's took his side of the conversation and somebody put them all together and made it into a lecture. And now 15,000 people listen to this lecture. It sounds like it's a real lecture. But he removed my side. He removed the part that's actually truth there. But I don't care about kavod or anybody knowing I was part of it. It doesn't make a difference. But now I see that this is a growing problem. This has gone from being a little bit of an infection, then it became an abscess, then it's not really an abscess, it's now officially a cancer. To go tell Am Israel that you can go smoke marijuana and feel like you're doing a good thing, to go tell Am Israel that you shouldn't be afraid of the missionaries and Christmas and all that stuff, and worst of all, in my opinion, he says to people a couple of months ago, God spoke to me, and he told me thank you. God spoke to me, he told me thank you. He has this on video. It's not a hearsay. Everything I'm saying to you can prove. It's all online. It's all available online. He actually publicizes this stuff. God spoke to me and he told me thank you about himself. Now that means you're a prophet. But we don't have prophecy since 2,000 years ago, since the Choban Bet HaMikdash. Which means you're a false prophet. What's the halacha of false prophet? It's a you look so good right now. So, I'm tired. Rabotai, we work so hard to get people to do tshuva that you see someone mamash killing them by the dozens, by giving them a false sense of hope. By telling them you're okay the way you are, everything is going to be fine, believe in yourself. Kochi ve'otzim yadi. My power, my strength. As long as you believe there's a God, it's fine. That's not what the Torah says. And you start changing the laws, you start going against Chachamim. Enough's enough. Enough is enough. We have to understand that the Torah mechayevet otanu. It obligates us. The Torah is not a friendly document for people that don't want to do what Hashem says. The Torah says there's a Gan Eden, there's also Gehenom. And anyone that says otherwise is a kofir b'Torah. Torah says there's reward and there's punishment. Just like there's endless reward, there's endless punishment. Anyone that says otherwise, kofir b'Torah. That's a reality, Rabotai. Like it, don't like it is irrelevant. Now I'm going to tell you something that probably no one ever told you. The Gemara in Masechet Shabbat says, when Am Yisrael left Egypt, they got to Mount Sinai. We see from the Psukim, in the beginning, Hashem didn't say anything to them. It was a few days. What did Moshe Rabbeinu do for that time, between the time they arrived, until Matan Torah? What did he do? What did he do? You know what he did, Rabotai? You know what the Gemara says in Masechet Shabbat that he did? He taught Am Yisrael about the punishment of not following the Torah. For days. He taught Am Yisrael punishment of not following the Torah. Before we even got the Torah. He told them, by the way, we're going to get this Torah. So far we got a few mitzvot. We got Para Aduma, we got Shabbat, we got Rosh Chodesh, we got a few mitzvot that we got on the way to keep us busy. But I'm just letting you guys know, there's a lot more coming. A lot more. And I'm just letting you know, even without that a lot more. Just right now when we have Shabbat, just Shabbat, or any of the things that we have right now, if you don't follow it, wa alecha wa. What a gehenom you're going to get. What a punishment you're going to get. Hashem is going to tear you apart into little pieces and make little Skittles out of you. He didn't tell him, hey, Rabotai, you're tzaddikim. Oh, I love you. How are you? Believe in yourself. No, Gemara meforeshet. This is what the Gemara says. So what, am I, or anybody in this generation, or any generation ever can have the audacity to go against the Gemara, to go against the Chachamim, to go against the Torah itself? By saying, no, go smoke, go eat, go drink, go this, go... Who said that? Who said such things?